Oh, hey everybody. So today, by the way, that's my secret garden. I have eggplants in that row and then banana peppers in that row. And that's a tin of worms. And this is a drum, a plastic drum, and I don't know what it contained before I did this. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, what I did is that I put a door on it and stuff. Put some screen for airflow, and then the top put a screen in there too. And so I'm gonna make this into my worm farm. Now, first step to a worm farm, at least in the guide that I read, was putting some newspaper in. So just gonna put that in. Alright, newspaper's in. I'm gonna spread it around a bit. I'm gonna use this for worm castings. So that's that. And so now that that is in, take this handy dandy shovel, and I'm gonna open up this big old bag of compost I have. Got it from the city material dump, where you can put like your yard scraps, like not the peat moss, but the stuff under it, that junk, and that too, just yard scraps. And you can just like dump it, and it's basically free compost for any taxpayer of the city. So we're gonna put that in. It's an enormously heavy bag, so I'm gonna do this with two hands. Time lapse. The medium-sized bag of compost is now in here. It's not too deep, but it doesn't really have to be, because I only have 30 trout worms, so I'm not doing nothing too big. You know, just get the worm population up, and then we can begin larger scale. So these are trout worms. You don't know what trout worms look like. Here's a gigantic ball of them. There's about 30 of them in here. So they're a good-sized worm. You know, not as big as night crawlers. They don't have to be. Good-sized worm. So, just going to put that in there. Put the cup down. Try to disperse the worms a bit. So, now the worms are in there. They're not too lively. Maybe because they're too warm. I don't know. Some of them are moving. So I'm just gonna need some time to liven up. Yeah, they'll probably be fun. And there's some really sharp screws in there. Should probably take care of those. But this isn't the final. This isn't the final product. No, indeed. Maybe some of them need water. But I'm gonna add some sphagnum on there, a little bit of vegetable matter, and then I'll cover it in newspaper, and I'll get back to you. Okay. So the peat moss is in, and then I also put plant matter on top. I wetted it down. A couple squirts of the spray hose right there. There's a worm. Right down, dear. And he's slinking in. Pretty sure these guys will liven up once they actually start eating some plant and dirt matter. So they've been stuck in a tiny little container for God knows how long, in a refrigerator, to slow down their metabolism. So should pep them right up. Most of these are onions that didn't grow too well in our garden. I think that's a little bit of a rose bush. Most of it's onions. Now over here in my secret garden, for compost, or at least nitrogen content, I put like there's a lot of grass over here, And so I plucked the grass, put it into a pile over here, and so then I dug up this area with that tool over there. I don't know what it's called. And I put the grass in there, so then as the grass decomposes, the eggplant and the peppers will get some nutrients from that, hopefully boosting their production of eggplant and peppers. And that's what I like. So, next we get some newspaper. Cardinals win, so it's good for the Cardinals. The Brewers, I don't like them too much. So yeah, you just take your newspaper and you spread it out. There's the comic section, so we can read the comics while we tend to our worm farm. So yeah, I'm probably gonna squirt this down a bit to make it wet. It's doing a pretty good job over there. So that's my worm farm. Hopefully it goes well, and then I'll update it. So see you later.